Have you ever noticed how two people can earn the same salary, yet live completely different financial lives? One seems to save, invest, and grow their wealth. The other is always stressed, always broke. Why is that? It's not just about budgeting or spending habits. It's not even about intelligence or education. The real difference comes down to identity, the inner story people believe about who they are with money. If you believe you're someone who never has enough, you'll act in ways that keep you in scarcity. You'll avoid planning. You'll spend emotionally. But if you believe you're a wealth builder, you'll behave like one even if your bank account hasn't caught up yet. Most people never question their financial identity. They just accept it as truth. Maybe they grew up hearing, "We can't afford that," or "money is hard to get." These messages become unconscious beliefs, and those beliefs shape every financial choice. That inner identity acts like a thermostat. If you try to rise above it by earning more or saving more, it pulls you back to the setting you believe is normal. That's why people win the lottery and lose it all. Their identity wasn't ready for the money. But identity is not destiny. You can change it. You can create a new story about who you are with money. And it starts with one simple shift: awareness. Notice how you talk, think, and feel about money. Instead of saying "I'm terrible with money," say "I'm learning to master my money." That one sentence changes how your brain sees you. And when your brain sees a new version of you, your actions start to follow. Repeat those new beliefs until they feel true. Say them daily. Write them down. Visualize the version of you who already has a healthy relationship with money. The more you affirm it, the more your identity shifts. And as your identity shifts, your behavior shifts too. You start tracking your spending. You say no to impulse buys. You think before borrowing. You start investing. Not because you're forcing it, but because it matches who you are becoming. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to decide who you are financially, and act like it today. The rest will follow. Your financial future isn't written in stone. It's shaped by your daily choices, and your choices are shaped by how you see yourself. When you change your self-image, everything begins to realign. That's why some people with modest incomes manage to build wealth, while others with high salaries remain in debt. The difference isn't always math. It's mindset. It's identity. It's how they define what's normal for them. If you grew up believing money is dangerous, or that rich people are selfish, you might sabotage yourself without even realizing it. You'll avoid growing wealth because, deep down, it conflicts with who you think you are. Changing your identity isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing a higher version of yourself and practicing being that person before the evidence shows up. You lead with belief, not proof. You're not pretending to be wealthy. You're practicing the habits, the language, and the mindset of someone who takes wealth seriously. Over time, those habits build real results. Think of identity as software. If you're running an old program like "I'm bad with money," no matter how good the hardware is, you'll get outdated results. Upgrade the software, and the system performs better. This shift starts with small things. How you talk about money. How you feel when paying bills. Whether you check your balance with confidence or fear. Identity shows up in every little interaction. Practice acting like your future self today. That version of you, the one who's calm, in control, and financially free, already exists in your imagination. Let them guide your choices. And remember, people don't rise to the level of their goals. They fall to the level of their identity. That's why changing how you see yourself is more powerful than chasing tactics or tips. So take a deep breath and start claiming your new identity. Not someday, today. You are someone who builds wealth. You are someone who honors money. You are someone who is becoming financially free. Every day, you have a chance to act like the person you want to become. You don't have to wait until you're rich to think like someone who is rich. In fact, thinking like them is how you get there. Wealth starts in the mind long before it shows up in the bank. The most successful people visualize their goals, speak with confidence, and make choices that align with their vision even before they have proof. If your identity says I'm always behind, you'll stay behind. But if you wake up and say I'm catching up, I'm learning, I'm improving, your actions will start to support that new belief. The way you talk to yourself matters. It creates your internal narrative. That narrative drives your emotions, and those emotions guide your behavior. So speak to yourself like someone worth respecting. Start telling yourself, I am financially capable. I am becoming smarter with money. I make choices that support my future. Even if it feels strange at first, repetition builds belief. And don't wait for others to confirm your new identity. Many people will still see the old you. That's okay. Your job isn't to convince them, it's to stay consistent until they catch up. Real transformation happens in private long before it shows in public. So celebrate the small internal wins, like choosing not to overspend or finally opening that savings account. The more often you show up for your future self, the faster your reality changes. It's not magic, it's alignment. Your identity and actions start working together, not against each other. Eventually, your external world catches up with your internal world. The money grows, the debt shrinks, opportunities appear, but it all begins inside with identity. So today, ask yourself, who am I financially? And who do I choose to become? That choice made daily is what rewrites your financial future. Every time you make a better financial choice, no matter how small, you're voting for the person you want to become. Each choice is like casting a ballot for your future identity. Skipping that unnecessary purchase? That's a vote. Transferring $10 to savings instead of spending it? That's a vote. Reading about personal finance instead of scrolling aimlessly? Another vote. Most people wait for motivation to strike. But action comes first. Motivation grows after momentum builds. When you act like your future self, motivation follows. You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to be consistent. Consistency builds identity. And identity is what makes good financial behavior automatic, not a struggle. Think of your future self as a real person, someone depending on you today. The choices you make now either protect them or hurt them. You are their guardian. Ask yourself before spending, does this serve the person I'm becoming? If the answer is no, walk away. That small pause builds discipline, and discipline rewires your identity. You don't need to sacrifice joy to be financially smart. In fact, aligning your spending with your values brings more joy, not less. Mindful spending feels empowering. Track your wins. Celebrate progress. Every time you honor your new identity, your brain creates a reward loop, and soon, good financial habits become second nature. Eventually, you won't even have to try so hard. You'll naturally think long-term. You'll naturally say no to what doesn't serve you. This is the power of an identity upgrade. And the best part? Anyone can do this. No matter your past. No matter your mistakes. The moment you decide to rewrite your financial identity, your transformation begins. Your financial reality will always rise or fall to match your self-image. That's why strategies alone aren't enough. You can't out-earn or out-save a broken identity. People who see themselves as bad with money will find a way to lose it even after winning the lottery. Because identity always wins. It drives behavior on autopilot. But the moment you start saying, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting better, you begin rewriting the script. And that new script creates new financial outcomes. Wealth isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's available to those who align their actions with their upgraded identity. Your bank account follows your beliefs. When you start seeing yourself as someone who respects money, you'll start attracting more of it. Not through magic, but through alignment, decisions, and discipline. The journey might feel slow at first, but trust the process. Your identity will catch up with your goals, and then pull your results upward, naturally. Focus less on the numbers, and more on who you're becoming. The numbers will follow. But if you don't shift your identity, you'll keep sabotaging your success. Start small. Talk to yourself with respect. Make one smarter money choice today. That's how momentum is built, one identity-based decision at a time. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are someone who is rising. You are someone who is becoming. Speak to yourself like it's already true. And as you rise, your bank account will rise with you. Because when identity changes, everything changes, especially your relationship with money. The biggest financial shift doesn't come from earning more, it comes from becoming more. When your inner world upgrades, your outer world follows. You might still have debts. You might not earn what you want yet. But if your identity is changing, you're already winning. The money will catch up. Don't let your current balance define your future identity. Let your future identity shape how you manage your current balance. Your environment might not support your new mindset yet. That's okay. Be your own support system. Protect your peace. Guard your growth. Some people won't understand your financial boundaries. They'll call you cheap or boring. But you're not broke, you're building. Stay focused. Learn to say no without guilt. Every no to something small is a yes to something greater, your future freedom. You're not missing out. You're leveling up. While others chase temporary highs, you're building permanent strength. That's real wealth. Stay patient. Transformation is invisible before it's undeniable. People won't notice right away, but soon, they'll ask how you did it. Your job is not to impress. It's to align. Don't try to look wealthy. Build the habits that create wealth. That's the difference between ego and identity. And remember, every small decision today is shaping a big financial reality tomorrow. Be intentional. Be disciplined. And never forget who you're becoming. The more often you act like your future self, the faster you become that person. It's not about faking it, it's about training your brain to believe it's already true. Habits are proof of identity. When you save automatically, track your spending, or invest regularly, you're not just managing money, you're proving who you are. Don't chase perfection. Chase consistency. One skipped habit doesn't ruin your progress, but quitting on your identity does. Always return to who you're becoming. Money isn't emotional, people are. That's why financial growth requires emotional maturity. Regulating your feelings leads to regulating your finances. You can't control the economy, but you can control your behavior. Identity-based choices give you power, even in uncertainty. That's financial leadership. It's not about being rich, it's about being responsible. Wealth without wisdom disappears, but responsibility builds lasting abundance. Track how you speak about money. Every word shapes belief. Every belief shapes behavior. Upgrade your language to upgrade your results. Celebrate identity wins more than financial wins. Paying off a debt is great, but becoming someone who doesn't create debt anymore, that's priceless. Your future family, future peace, and future freedom are being built by the small financial choices you make today. Never underestimate their power. You are not just changing your life, you're changing your legacy. When identity shifts, generations shift. And it all starts with one decision, to become the person your money needs you to be. You've made it this far because something inside you is ready to change. You didn't watch this by accident, you watched it because your future called, and you listened. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You're on time, and you're exactly where you need to be to begin again. You don't need $1 million to feel rich. You need a mindset that knows how to create, keep, and grow money, and you're already building that. It's okay to start slow. It's okay to be unsure. The only thing that matters is you don't stop. Keep choosing the identity of someone who builds wealth. Your new story begins today, not next year, not when you get a raise, not when debt is gone now. This moment is the foundation of your legacy. Start telling yourself a different story. I am worthy. I am capable. I am changing. I deserve financial peace, and I'm doing what it takes to get there. The bank account will follow. The opportunities will come. The peace will grow. But it all starts inside with the identity you choose daily. So if this message connected with you, do yourself a favor, like this video so YouTube shows it to more people who need it, just like you did. And make sure to subscribe, because every week we talk about money, mindset, and mastery. Hit that bell so you don't miss what could change your life. Finally, leave a comment. Let me know what part of your identity are you working on. Let's grow together. Your story matters, and I'd love to hear it.